Should women be subservient to men? Hi guys, I'm planning on doing a video today that's one that I wasn't overly comfortable with doing to start with, for a couple of reasons. Whilst I think this topic is very important, I only have a small channel, I don't have a large coverage, and I think there's other people who could probably make everyone more aware of what's going on than I could. There's also the aspect that as a trans woman, there's a lot of people within the community who don't think I should have a voice in this. Who would quite happily go, "You're a dude. You're part of the problem." Which is mostly them failing to understand what it means to be trans, or even how trans people are who they are. But that's irrelevant to this subject. This subject's about a debate, and I say that in bated breath, that was put on a website about debates. And it was all about, should women be subservient to men? Now I'm going to read some of the comments that were put on this debate and discuss how the voting went on it. But to say that I'm disgusted and genuinely disturbed by some of the comments is an understatement. Yes, they should. A woman's body is for men to enjoy. They are here as nothing more than penis sleeves. My dick is their god. As far as I'm concerned, women shouldn't have such rights. They should have to let a man fuck them whenever he wants and like it. They shouldn't be allowed to ever say no to a man's sexual advances. So this complete and utter tossbag of a human being thinks that all women are nothing more than glorified sex dolls. What an absolute scumbucket. I'm sorry, these people really, really piss me off. We are not your slaves. We are human beings with the same rights as you tossers. Accept it. Don't rape. Don't be a scumbag. The unfortunate thing is that this sentiment of this cockwomble is repeated throughout this thread. And I think it's a sad indictment of some of the subculture within our society as it stands. Women should be subservient to men. Women should have zero authority over men. They shouldn't vote. They only vote for more welfare. Women shouldn't be in the workforce as they are a drain on any business rather than an asset. Women only consume than don't produce. A woman's brain is 10% smaller than a man's, and they are literally children in an adult body. They have destroyed the family, this destroying Western society. A woman should obey her husband. So apparently we should be subservient. The good little woman in the kitchen cooking up the meals because you don't have the mental capacity to do any more, love. Oh, for goodness sake, give me strength. There is very little difference in mass between men and women's brains. It is functionally findable that there are differences, could be used in the future to identify trans people. But if you just grab two brains that have recently been removed from cadavers in an autopsy, and you would put one on one side of the table and one on the other, and asked to identify whose was the man's and whose was the woman's, you wouldn't. You cannot tell by just looking at them. And the differences are in the amount of grey matter and the folds. And these things balance themselves out between men and women, so the functional difference is minimal. But that functional difference does make big changes in how men and women react to things, as well as the way that hormones work. But these differences between us are also strengths. The fact that incels just think women are objects to be used just A, pisses me off, and B, boggles my fucking mind. Maybe it's because I've got one of those 10% smaller ones. Hey. I don't know, maybe some of you big brainy men can tell me below in the comments. Yes, they definitely should. Women are such spoilt brats these days. They need to be reminded who's in charge. The women of today think that they can do what they want. Well, guess what? They can't. Men can. Men are supposed to be in charge. Men are in charge of women. Deal with it. So more nonsense about who's in charge and who's going to have lauded powers over the other. And this goes on and on in this thread. Comment after comment saying women are inferior. They have to be held down and made to be subservient. Men are the better of the two sexes. This is misogyny on a scale that you only see from incels and the religious right. I find it incredibly disturbing. I find many of the comments incredibly rapey. And the whole thing really, really disgusting. But the worst part about this was on debate.org, which, while a bit of a shitty website, does at least allow people to vote on these topics and search for these topics and make these comments. And when you look at the voting for this, 56% of the respondents, and unfortunately debate.org does not tell you how many people responded, but everyone who responds has to put in a comment, and there's an awful lot of comments on here. 56% of the respondents voted that yes, women need or should be subservient to men. More than half the people who go to this website responded that women need to be subservient. Many of the comments are like the ones I've read out here, and this is absolutely disgusting and despicable. Now, I'm going to leave a link below to the site. Apparently they're still taking votes, so who knows, maybe a few people who follow me, or if you've been led here by somebody else, I hope that's the case. Maybe you can go over there and vote. Maybe we can get that vote back the other way, so that at least the people who think that the sexes should be equal have the larger percentage of the votes on this website. I don't know if it'll make any difference. I think that the religious right and the incels have got in on this one way too early. And it doesn't change the fact that the comments there are disturbing. And I find this very worrying. I find it kind of terrifying that there are people out there who can think like that. I realize many of these comments are made without people saying who they are or whatever, so they feel they have no comeback for their smart-ass comments, and some of them will just be trolls. But some of these people mean what they say. Some of these people would hurt women. Some of these people want to be in power positions over women. And this is terrifying, disgusting. And we need to be strong voices to speak out against this. Because while I don't necessarily count myself as a feminist, I do count myself as an egalitarian. And I believe everyone is equal. And this is not equal. This is fucking disgusting. And these people are fucking assholes. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, which I'm pretty sure no one will, but hey, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and remember, please don't choke on the selfie stick.